Hi, I am the Sony TCM-150 and welcome to my official YouTube presentation. I have a well-designed tape transport and some very complex circuitry, but I have one problem. I'm DC biased and sound terrible.
We're looking at the Sony TCM-150, and although it has been featured in a few of my videos before, it's never had a full presentation, so that's what I thought I'd do today. I'm using some new techniques to do my videos. I'm using a separate microphone, which is this, which you may have seen in one of my previous videos, and the sound is being recorded on the reel-to-reel, which I can't really get all into the shot here, but that is recording on. The sound is being recorded onto the reel-to-reel at 3 3/4 inches per second, because the sound on my camera is just crap. Now let's take a little look at the underside of this. Batteries fall out. This is the complex circuitry that it has. And you'd think with a unit that's got, well, that's this complicated inside, it would sound really good. But as you may have heard in one of my other videos, when I did a direct connection from this, it doesn't sound very good at all. These two wires you can see sticking out are where the microphone was connected. Now I would like to show you under the circuit board. I have removed all the screws, but there's still no way to take the circuit board off without breaking it. There is something holding it in. So if I try to lift it off, I can lift it about that far. As you can see, it's still being held in somewhere. I'd also like to show you the other side, what it looks like with the front cover taken off, but again, I have removed the screws, but it's still held in somehow. Now, the most unusual thing about this recorder is the motor. Now, if we take a closer look at it, I mean, if we have a look at it from the side, it doesn't really look any different to any other, inside any other pocket-sized tape recorder. I'm trying to open it up a little here so you can see inside. As you can probably see, it's not really, it doesn't really look any different to the inside of any other Walkman size cassette recorder. Now you can see the motor close up, and sorry about the darkness of this video, my camera seems to go dark as it zooms in. Now I'm going to put it into play. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but when I start it turning, you may be able to see. I'll stop it and start it, that the whole body of the motor is turning. Don't know how well you can see that. I might be able to see it more clearly on its side. You can see that. This is the type of motor I only expect to see in video recorders. It's basically a miniaturized version of a video recorder motor. I never ever thought I'd see one of these chip-driven motors in a cassette recorder before. You can see here the circuitry that controls it. There's a chip here and a few transistors, and these are the connection wires that connect the motor to the circuit board. And on the other side is the audio circuitry, which you can't really see because the camera's not focusing too well. It just seems strange they go through all the trouble of putting in a well-designed transport mechanism with a really good motor, yet they make it DC bias. You'd think with designing the complex circuitry for the motor, they could design an AC bias recording system, but no. But anyway, that's modern technology for you. Okay, now you can see the front of it again. Now I can tell this is a good design of tape transport. I'll put it into play and try to keep this lid open. I've taped the batteries in and the tape is trying to keep the lid shut, but if I stop the take-up spindle from turning, you can see it disengages the play. And unlike most DC bias machines, when I put it in play, you can see that the head has a tape guide either side of it, whereas most DC bias machines just use a standard head with only one tape guide on it. Now I'll put this into record, and you can see, just like most DC bias machines, permanent magnet erase head. Anyway, that's about it, so until next time, goodbye.